बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा, अल वाहिदुल qahhar. अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा. Today we all have gathered here to continue the study of book What is Soul. Today we will be studying chapter 71. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ali Allah madad farma, al wahidul qahhar. Ali Allah madad farma. So question 71, it asks, what is your belief regarding telepathy or illumination? So friends had asked Allama Nasiruddin Hunzai Sahib that what is his belief regarding telepathy or illumination, which is also called ishraq. Is it possible that it will progress in the future? Is it related to religion or science? And he replies that I have full conviction in telepathy or illumination, as Allah has endowed many higher qualities in man. However, it has to be developed. Until it is not developed and used, we won't know what we are capable of. However, it depends on human to be pious in their deeds. Human can perform many astonishing deeds. Even Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah has said in his Farman that don't think that magician can only do miracles. You can also do miracles being a Mu'min. It depends on your deeds and your zikr ibadat. So Allama Sahib says that in future, the progress of telepathy is certain. And it is due to the mingling of proto-science and proto-religion. This thought has actually originated from Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah's memoirs, chapter 8. And Allama Sahib is referring to that chapter by saying that in this world today, if you were to see the science and religion, they are mingling. At times they go parallel, but they at times go hand in hand. And telepathy is common to both. Today, there is a wall between religion and science, and that wall is of words, of language, of terms. If only the scientists had known the language of the Qur'anic wisdom, and if they had understood the spirituality, today's science would have had very many inventions or progress. But because they don't know, they don't understand the Quranic language, Quranic wisdoms, they are still lagging behind. Only if we were to be able to verbalize what is in our heart, and that's what he's saying, that he has all the secrets in his heart, only if he could say it all. Only if the people knew the secrets of the perfect man, and that perfect man is actually Imam of the time. People, when they don't recognize the Imam, the miracles of Imam, surely they don't know. They don't know. And scientists think that they are discovering because of their hard work. But in reality, it is due to the religion that science is only discovering what is already there in religion. So in Quran, there is a verse 91/8. فَأَلْهَمَهَا fujūraha wa taqwāha. And he inspired it of its perversity and its righteousness. फिर समझ दी उसको बदकारी की और बचकर चलने की. Now the key word here is inspiration, ilham. Inspiration is in the heart, given to a moment by God. Now, very interestingly, we will have to notice this verse. We have to read it very carefully, critically, that it says he inspired of its perversity and righteousness. Think about it. Every human has two companions. Every human has two companions. Imam Jafar Sadiq has said that our heart has two ears. Now, this inspiration is possible through the two companions. One is called jinn too, and the other is called angel. Sometimes people call it energies too. Sometimes people call it two angels too. And they are near our heart, ears of our heart. Surely the one who is shaitan, he inspires us to do bad. An angel inspires us to do good. And the way Imam Jafar Sadiq has said that every heart has two ears. And that human heart is controlled by good or evil as a result of good deeds or bad deeds. And then accordingly, those two angels inspire the people to do whatever they are inspired to do. So they can be rewarded for their use of their free will to do the right thing, as there will be no injustice to anybody. Now, when this verse says that he inspired, are we saying that Allah inspired us to do bad? Because it talks about bad and good both. How do we understand that? So when we talk of Allah, He is above and free from any good or bad. He is free from and above from the teaching someone to become sinful or to be corrupted or to be dishonest. Therefore, one can understand how a man does these bad things. How does human get inspired to do bad? It is surely done by the muzil. Muzil is name for misleading shaitan. He is the source of evil. On the other hand, God is also free from and above, inspiring anyone to do the good thing. He's above all else. He's above everything. He's above good and bad. But what happens when a human chooses with his own or her free will, his or her own free will, to do good, to follow the king who is the embodied Nur, the true guide in this world? He is the source of good, and he is the one who inspires people to be righteous. Everyone knows that bad thoughts are from shaitan. So we have to accept that good thoughts are from angel. So from this thinking, this logic, we can conclude that whatever is been discovered or given to people of the world by scientists, actually in reality, it is from the divine treasure. Whatever God had sent down through angels and souls, and the scientists have obtained it from those angels and souls unconsciously. They are calling it scientific invention. In reality, it is all what Allah inspires. So I hope this is clear here that each one of us has two companions to do good or to do bad. It is the choice of the human being, because human has free will to choose good or bad. And if a human is prone to do bad, he does not carefully, he's not careful in his actions. So what happens? He continues to do bad. When he does bad, it gives more energy to the shaitan. Shaitan inspires to do more bad, and that cycle continues to go further and further and further. On the other hand, when a mu'min works hard to keep themselves connected to zikr, connected to ilm, surely they will empower their angel and they will continue to be inspired to do good things. Let's take an example of water. For example, water can take shape of anything. We see the water in ocean, in river, in spring. It can be in clouds, snow, rain, ice, so many forms of water. Similarly, our souls and angels also have very many different conditions and ranks. For instance, we are seeker of light, we are seeker of truth. Angel or soul can be actually intellectual light. It is a divine treasure. It is a divine image. We talked about Sūrah Rahman. Angel can be divine image. It can be most comprehensive word. It is a luminous voice. It is a light in itself. It can be subtle human manifestation. It is both. It is light and intellect. It is lightning to bolt of lightning. It is a collection of particles. It is a kind of electricity. It is kind of energy. It is a world of knowledge. It is a paradise. And this realization that it has so many forms, so many ranks can only come through first knowledge and then zikr ibadat. But that knowledge starts from one action, first action, to be interested, to be connected to a ilmi mahfil, ilmi class. And when good particles of souls enter our ears, it enters in our being. And surely if we reflect, think, and we energize those thoughts, those particles through zikr ibadat, good intentions, good thoughts, success is seen. And surely that's how Allah says in chapter 91, verse 8, that He inspired of it. He inspired it of its perversity and its righteousness. So everyone knows, again I'm repeating this, that everyone knows that the bad thoughts are from shaitan. And we have to accept that good thoughts are from angels. From this logic, we are able to conclude that all the scientific inventions till today we know about, it is due to the angels and the souls descending to this world, inspiring all those who are inventing it. Let me share this hadith. This hadith, Prophet Muhammad says, there is none among you except that he has a companion from among jinns and a companion from among angels. So we talked about it. And then we talked about this verse 91/8, that he inspired to do good or bad. But then there is another verse which is 43/36. And it says, and whosoever is blinded from remembrance of the most merciful, and in Arabic, if you were to see, it would say Ar-Rahman. We appoint for him a devil, and he is to him a companion. So if one were to ask, why do we see bad people in the world? Why can't be, everybody good human being? This, whatever is happening in Afghanistan, why can't all they be good? Those who blind themselves from the remembrance of the most merciful, we appoint for him a devil, and he is to him a companion. So here is the answer why we are different. Why? Because of our choices. When we make the choice of doing different things, it can result in different actions. Now, next logical question would be, how is it related to soul and why now? We understood that this question we studied, but why and how is it related to our soul. And why today? Why is it that we all have gathered here and talking about this? Do we think this is a uh, just a coincidence, or there is more to it? And I would say, I would refer to Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah's Farman, where Maula says in his first Farman, this is end time. That first Farman of Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah is full of secrets of this time. And I would read chapter 97 from Qur'an, which says, and we have indeed revealed this. Now this, it has been translated very differently by different translators. We have revealed in the night of power. Here Nasir Khusro says that this word, which is being translated very wrongly, you will see different things. Here Nasir Khusro says it is about him. We have indeed revealed him in the night of power. Yaqinan हमने उसे, see in Urdu it says, उसे शब qadar में नाजिल किया. And what will explain to thee what the night of power is? तू क्या समझा? ये शब qadar क्या है? The night of power is better than 1,000 months. शब qadar 1,000 महीनों से बेहतर है. Now here, 1,000 months, the word months is actually mentioned for Maula Ali. Month is been referred for Imam. Remember we had talked about Kuliya, how some words mean, different meaning, as if they are keys, they are codes. So months actually is used for Imam, and again, Pir Nasir Khusro talks about it in his book, Wajedi. So in chapter 97, verse 3, it says, the night of power is better than 1,000 months. So 1,000 Imams. Therein come down the angels and the spirit by Allah's permission. On every errand. इसके सरंजाम देने को अपने रब के हुक्म से फरिश्ते और रूह उतरते हैं. This is the verse which is related to our topic. But I did review the whole chapter because it's a small chapter, just 5 verses. Peace until the rising of the dawn. ये रात सरासर सलामती है फजर के तुलू होने तक. And we all had Shab Qadr some time ago, and we all attended different sessions about Shab Qadr. So those who now understand who are we talking about here, Mubarakbad. And those of you who do not know it yet, I would refer you to Dr. Khalil Andani's presentation, beautiful, thorough, detailed work about who is Night of Qadr. And if you like, I can request Naveen Sahiba to share it on the group or chat. And if you don't want to go in great detail, because he's an academician, a historian, so he goes in great detail, you can watch that presentation after 1 hour, and you'll be able to understand this verse, this chapter actually, and you will know which Imam we are talking about. So those who know, I would say refrain from telling, because we all need to find it out for ourselves. So very interestingly, Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah tells us that this is the end time. And this chapter in Quran, it says, therein come down the angels and the spirit by Allah's permission. All the angels, our souls, are coming down to this world to do what? To bring on every errand. They come down, all the angels and the spirit come down by Allah's permission, because it's Allah's will that they come down during this time, not any other time, during this time. And that's how we said, why now? Because it is the end time, Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah told us. So all the angels and spirit come down. Now, if we were to take the example, why are we talking about it? What does it mean? And here we all are mature people. I would say 15 years ago, we were probably almost all of us had landline. Very few had cell phone. And somehow now each one of us, let it be a young child or adult, we cannot be without cell phone. Our lives, our watches, everything is in cell phone. Somehow the world has progressed scientifically so fast. Today we are gathered here from different countries all over the world here on this virtual forum. How did this happen? It is because this is the end time. It is the end of this cycle. And during this cycle, the angels are coming down. Surely they are coming down and helping those who are willing to take the step forward to elevate themselves. They will experience the miracles in their being. As Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah said in his first farman, that those who are paying attention, who have full faith, who will know the exalted status of Imam, meaning having recognition, they will understand what are the miracles which are happening in this time, in their microcosm and the macrocosm. Chapter 41, verse 53. They will see the signs in their inner being and outer being in the universe. And this virtual forum is a sign from outside our being. There are things happening within us too. Are we conscious of it? That's the question. So there's another beautiful verse I did want to share with you. Chapter 2, verse 210. And it says, do they await but that Allah should come to them in covers of clouds and the angels, and the matter is decided? And to Allah matters are returned. Ruju Allah. Everything will return to Him. But Allah is asking people, do they want that Allah should come out of the clouds and do the decisions for them? हिसाब किताब हो जाए? क्या लोगों को इस बात का इंतजार है कि उनके पास खुद अल्लाह अबर के सायबानों में आ जाए और फरिश्ते भी, और काम इंतहा तक पहुंचा दिया जाए? अल्लाह ही की तरफ तमाम काम लौटाए जाते हैं. Do they await that Allah would come out of the clouds and His angels too? Beautiful words to reflect on. Who in his or her personal world with ilm amal, zikr ibadat, with girya uzari is ready that Allah would come out of the clouds with His angels to do their hisab kitab. Remember, everybody will have to return to Allah only. This is the end time. So in summary, can we do telepathy? Is it possible for us? Surely, that's what Allama Sahib is saying. For those who are awake and conscious will benefit from today's time, today's very special time. Good thoughts are through angel. Be inspired with free will to call upon your angel. Zikr ibadat with clean heart to elevate the souls, to see, to witness the miracles, to communicate to our friends and families without cell phone, but with telepathy. Alhamdulillah, I will stop here. If any friends have any questions, surely they can ask.
Yali Madad.
Maulali Madad.
This is not anything to do with the lecture, but when you were reciting that Girya Zari, I just remember one sentence, and you said, I will have to cry all night. Maybe I'm pulling it out of context, but can you give me a little bit more background? And I know it was in a happy way, but if you just kind of suddenly hear it, it seems odd. So can you give me a bit of an explanation?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, it is a bit odd. So there are again, there is so many wisdoms, right? Tawilat are so many. And of course, Allama Sahib being the so exalted in learned scholar, he spoke in different levels. Because the title is to unite humanity and to be in peace. He is saying that I'm shedding tears so there will be unity. And then he says that I'm dying in this very life, yearning for my companion. I need to grieve of love, not anything else. I've been born to grieve my whole life. So I have been born to grieve my whole life. Grieving is, so again, this is a different topic, but let me go in a little bit detail, otherwise it won't make sense. That when we shed tears, when we do Giriya Uzari, what happens? All whatever darkness we have our own soul, it gets erased. It is only the water of tears that can clean our soul, wash away all the sins from our souls. It is only that water which can help us do that. Surely, when the batin is pure, it is pak, what will happen? We will be able to see our own soul. And remember, in recognition of our soul is the recognition of Lord. And then there is another level of Giriya Uzari, which is when you see the didar of your beloved. You've spoken to him, you've spent time with him, and then you come back to this physical life because you have to live this physical worldly life too. But you miss that event. Don't we all miss that didar time, darbar time, diamond jubilee? That I wish I would go back, or the darbar would never end, or Imam would come every month, every year to give us didar. That's a physical didar. And if we had enjoyed and loved so much the physical didar, imagine the didar of ruhaniyat and nuraniyat. What an elevated didar would be. So Mu'min Salik, who is able to obtain this subtle body, nurani badan, that Mu'min who has been able to bring his or her soul out to see the beloved, to spend time with the beloved, and then again have to come back, because in this world the life has not ended, because the Mu'min who merges himself herself with Imam, they do have to come back and live in this life. We only knew at the stage of Fana fil Imam, but Fana fil Imam is not the end. After Fana fil Imam comes Sair fi Allah, Baqa billah. You travel living in this world among different souls, helping them, elevating them through your prayers, through your khidmat. But you miss that time too when you were with beloved. So what do you say? Ya Mawla, I want to die. Why? Because only in that is the freedom. It's the oneness with the beloved. So yes, it is a happy crying, happy shedding of tears, but it has so many levels of meanings. So do not misunderstand it. And the last few verses are full of love. I love those the last n verses, which says, neither irrigation nor rain is there. Parch the heart's garden. Now I shall have to weep the entire night for the sake of dew. I need the grief of love, not anything else. I have been born to grieve my whole life. I have an incomparable friend who is my companion and confidant. I am dying in this very life, yearning for my companion. That is the key. Yearning for my companion. So I hope this helps, Zinat. Thank you for listening carefully. All right.
That was very helpful, very helpful. Thank you.
Shukran Mola, Shukran Mola. I am grateful to Azleem who has shared Dr. Andani's presentation, beautiful presentation. You must, all of those who want to really understand Shab-e Qadr, what is it? You should listen to his presentation. He's done an amazing job. Any other question?
Hi, this is, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You said that souls come back in this world to do, to live among others to help them elevate their souls. Are you suggesting that when one dies, they come back?
No. So I said, Fana fillah. Remember, we all know Asal mein wasal ho jana.
Yes.
So the Asal mein wasal is the term, proper terminology is Fana fil Imam. Now, Fana fil Imam, we used to think it was after dying, but it is only through knowledge that we have learned that actually it's not the last step. In fact, it is beginning of a new journey, and it is a first step in that journey, which is Fana fil Imam. After fana fil imam comes sair fillah. Sair fillah meaning that you travel. And then baqa billah, you are ever living, but you are traveling. So what does it mean? Like if Imam, the way we studied the verse 91/8, that it said that he inspires. So those who are inspired to do good, how are they being inspired? It is only due to Imam's mercy that he, with his angels, who come to our being, inspiring us to learn more. So when we learn more, we can improve our beings to become pious and better in zikr ibadat, in our ilm, so we can travel further in our journey. We don't realize that, but it is happening to us. If you are here in this class, it has happened to you. I believe that. Otherwise, you won't be here. There's no way you would spend your time here listening to this lecture if you are not interested, if you were not inspired. How were you inspired? Who told you to attend this? Though physically there are groups or information or announcement, whatever, but spiritually there is an angel who came to your being to tell you, to attract you, to inspire you to listen to this lecture. So we may not realize it, but there is constantly, inspiration going on in our being. How do I know that I'm being inspired? If you, after this lecture too, if you're thinking about this lecture, you're sleeping, but you again think of something. In the morning, you again think of something. You were not thinking, but the thought came to you. That is the angel introducing the thought in you. So one does not need to physically die or, think of rebirths. It is all possible within our physical lifetime here to be inspired, to be listening to angels. If our Batni ears open up, we can listen to them. They are talking to us. When we can listen, they introduce thoughts in us. And if we are careful, if we are calm, peaceful in our being, with the zikr ibadat, we'll be able to listen. But if we are in anxiety, anxious energy of doing, I have to do this, I have to do that, I'm so busy, we'll miss those thoughts. Because the train of thoughts of the worldly life is so fast and it's constantly repeating. There is no entry for angel to tell you, no, do this too. When a moment does dhikr ibadat, there is calmness, there is peace. And then when angel introduces that thought, we are able to pay attention to it. We are able to listen to it. So it's happening to us. I hope that I have answered your question, Roshi.
Yeah, I think you have. The reason I was asking this is because I've just lost my son, who's 29 years old.
Yeah.
And I am now searching to find out where is he gone? Where is his soul? I mean, I used to always think about, I always accepted that death was death. But when my son died, like even my parents died, I didn't kind of question where they went. But now when my young son dies, I want to know, where is he? And what you're telling me is that I will get the thoughts. I will get those thoughts and I will get the answers that I'm looking for.
Yes, you will. If you say, yes, you will. 100%. Without any doubt. Without any doubt, you will get all the answers. The condition is that you stay on this journey. Very briefly, I do want to say that for a moment, the day of the death is the Eid ka din, right? It's a festivity. It's a day of happiness. He's with the Imam. But I would like to offer you, if you like to talk to me individually, I would love to talk to you if you have time. Let's talk about it.
I do want to talk about it.
Thank you for sharing this news. We are with you in our prayers, and we all pray unitedly in Allah wa inna alayhi raji'un. We truly believe, I truly believe he's with Imam and he's very happy. No doubt.
Amen. Amen.
I have few questions I'm seeing here. If telepathy is possible, with what mode, what will it be done? Is it done with the help of soul, mind, or something else? And what kind of process does the whole process involve? Please clarify as how can the mode and mechanism of telepathy be perceived? Let me start very simply, okay, because we have to keep things simple for everybody to stay together. You must have heard me saying that our body is the door to batin. So our physical being is the door to our batin. It is through physical riyazat, physical ibadat, giryazari, ilmi classes, we are able to enter into the batin. The understanding, the realization comes through practice day by day, and we enter into our batin in our spiritual realm of our inner, our own microcosm, our own personal world. When we continue to meet the conditions, then we are also able to connect with our intellect. And remember, when we talk of intellect, or when we talk of the Isme Azam climbing up and becoming one with our Bhamar Gufa, sacred sanctuary, Haziratul Quds, these are the different names. When it is all united here, surely all the Batni doors are open. And then one is able to talk, communicate spiritually, because the whole being is connected. Just think of our peers, Peer Sadaddin, let's say, for example. How was he communicating to our Imam? Surely they were communicating. Imam was guiding him. Have you ever reflected on it? How were they doing that? Yes, we have heard of the world of imagination, alam-e-khayal, the world of dreams, and then comes the world of spirituality. And surely a Mu'min Salik climbs step by step through all these worlds. It's connected. All these things are connected, and you're communicating without using any physical gadget or using your tongue, but you are communicating your thoughts. I would hope that this answer would suffice. Regarding last week's comment on manifested copies of soul, perfect or imperfect, what is the composition of the divisible copy? Composition of it. So it is soul. It is the copies of the soul. Again, this is a higher concept, Aslim. It will come to us with time. You know, you are going into real detail, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I would encourage you to continue to read. We did talk about and we agreed that soul cannot be divided. Surely souls have its copies. You can imagine if I were to, you know, take this book, which I have, okay, this is the original book. If I make a photocopy, the words which are written in this book will not be stolen, or it will not leave this book. It will also be there in the copy too. Reflect on what I've just said. All right. Let me see if there is any other question. All right. So if a murid has not made spiritual preparation and when he dies without spiritual progress, then how can that person be celebrating his death day as Eid versus the one who does some kind of spiritual progress but not fully? And the third person who had made very good spiritual progress, how can these three murid with different progress be having the Eid day equally? Very beautiful question. I wish I would know your name, but thank you for asking beautiful question. So you are absolutely right that those who work are going to get their fruit. So what happened to anybody who died? With death, what happens that our Batni eyes, ears, all the Batni senses do open up. There is no veil, which right now we have between ourselves and our Imam. The difference is every smiley moment is actually, while living, we all are in the paradise of Imam. We all are in the paradise of Imam. If we were to leave this world physically, we are still in the paradise of Imam. With our Batni, eyes, ears open, we are able to see Imam. The difference is the distance between us and Imam in stages, in ranks. The harder we have worked in this world physically, because remember, physically the accounts are very different. Ek ka sawala. Whereas there, the account is 1:1. It takes time. So let's say if there are 50,000 stairs, and on the 50,000th stair, Imam is standing, and we all are standing down. Some would be on first stair, some may be on 1,000, on 4,000, 8,000. Everybody will be standing on these stairs, and they'll be climbing the stairs up. The difference is, in physical world, it is quicker, less work and more reward, whereas there it is 1:1. That's the difference. Having said that, having explained all the details of it, it is the day of happiness. Why? Because you are still with Imam's didar. You are with Imam. You're able to see Imam. Surely those who are distant, they would want to go close to Imam, and they continue to work hard because there is no worldly life. There is no diversion or distraction of taking care of family or work. They do this day and night. They are attending ilmi classes, they are doing zikr, giryazari, and they are in didar of Imam, getting close step by step to Imam. So I hope you understand, you got your answer. Okay, so I just got a question. What is fana? Fana in English is merging. And merging can happen soul by soul, particle by particle, step by step. So, to explain that, my dear, in the time of Shariat, like let's say Prophet Muhammad's time, right? It was time of Shariat. During that Shariat, there was Tariqat too, there was Haqiqat too, and there were some who were reaching at the Marifat too. In today's time, which is the time of Haqiqat, Shariat is much, much less. But there is Shariat, there is Tariqat, there is Haqiqat, and there are some who is in Marifat stage too. So in other words, what I'm saying, that in every aspect, if you were to study and go into detail, there is merging. There is merging. You can study the fana at the level of knowledge. Sure, we can talk about it. What is fana fil imam, fana fillah, baqa billah, sar fillah. All these are stages that once you are being one with Imam, then you are alive. Because when Mu'min dies, the Mu'min is alive actually. He, by becoming one with the Imam, has gotten the ever-living life, because Imam is ever-living. That moment has reached that stage during the lifetime. He lives in this physical body, which is mortal, which is going to die, but his soul is always alive. It's already got the status of ever-living. He or she has to come to this world because the physical body is not dead. The dense body is still alive. Then they travel, they live in this world, but spiritually, they continue to travel in Mu'mineen to help them out. And that's what our peers and our awliya did. And that's what we just studied, that Allah sends the souls and the spirit. So surely they help out different people, those who are seeking the truth. Okay, what is the difference between souls of intellect? Are they same or different? Please explain. If intellect, buddhi, which Peer says that will come with us when we die, then how about soul? Is it soul which will go with us, or intellect when we die? This is a beautiful question. You remind me of the Ginan, right? Ishq akkala bhulaya, hiji ab teri mohabbat lagi. There is a beautiful Hadith Qudsi that says that Allah said that the first thing He created was akal. He first created intellect, and He said to the intellect, go ahead, go forward. Intellect went. And then He says, go backward. So intellect followed. So intellect followed the command of Allah. And Allah said that I love the intellect. I love the intellect the most. And I will keep this intellect in the one who is obedient to me. The beloved of Allah is buddhi, is akal, which is actually opened up through knowledge. इल्म से अक्ल को परवरिश मिलती है, बुद्धि बनती है. इल्म से अक्ल खुलती है, दरवाजे खुलते हैं. However, the soul is there too, And the strength the soul gets is through zikr ibadat. Remember, we have the concept of universal intellect and universal soul. And I hope that you were there in the session of when we talked about the importance of two. So when you talk of intellect and soul, actually you're talking about pair. Universal intellect, universal soul. Day, night. That's a pair. But when one merges with the Imam, there is no pair. It is only one. If you have not heard that lecture, please do listen to that lecture. But I am just enjoying your question. It's a beautiful question. Hakikat is one. It is only wahadat, unity. It is only oneness. Oneness is alam-e-wahadat. It's only one. But when we come to the world, it's a world of multiplicity. The kasrat. And in kasrat, there is always pair. Day and night, intellect and soul, and so on. Natik and Asas, Imam and Hujjat. There are so many examples, right? But when one merges, so if let's say Rushi is here and she's talking about her son, and we are very roughly talking about that soul which went and merged with Imam. I have written one, then somebody else, then somebody else, then somebody else. It is still one, but there are multiple ones. So this is a difficult concept to comprehend. But when we understand the importance of two pairs, it is easier to understand. So what happens when we are studying the knowledge? We learn things in pieces, intellect, soul, this and that, and then we want to go further and further, and we think, no, this will go further like that, this will go further like that. No, it doesn't happen like that. It is all like this, becoming all one. So if we continue on this journey, what happens? We are collecting the pieces of the puzzle. We got this one, we got this one, we got that one. It all, we continue to make, gather it, and then like, oh, I understand how it's happening. And it will be hard for anyone to describe how it happens. What would be the indication that that moment has come for you? You will have no questions left. All these questions will die down, because these questions, very humbly, will become illogical even for you. You will have no question. The question will finish, because you will understand, realize how it is all same thing we are talking about. So we'll end up here. That was a beautiful question. I'm just so pleased for beautiful questions you are asking. Thank you for giving me your energy. That these questions become my courage to continue to do more. Thank you so much. Yali Madad, Yali Madad.
Yali Madad, thank you so much.
Yali Madad, thank you so much.